Hey there folks, welcome back to Is That Right Gaming. My name is Rob. Today we are taking a look at what's in the box, Firefly Misbehavin, a factions deck building game. This was designed by Jack Reda, who helped bring about the new version of Dune, the board game. This is, you'll see 4 factions here from Gale Force 9. 60 or more minutes, we'll have to see how that goes. 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. And this thing that you can probably not see very well is a little embossing. Gale Force 9 is celebrating 1 million board games. I'm assuming just copies of board games they've made. So that's a cool mark for a company to hit, so that is kind of neat. So this is a Firefly deck building game. We have 4 factions: Serenity, Eves Down, Alliance, and Niska. Serenity, of course we know who that is. Eves Down is Badger, if you can see that hat there. Alliance, who they're always trying to avoid. And then the evil Niska. And I do mean evil. Someone ever tries to kill you, you try to kill them right back. That's a great line from the show. I'm expecting to see lots of great lines from the show. Here we have, in Firefly Misbehavin, players get to control different factions of the Firefly verse. From the criminal enterprises of Badger or Niska, to the self-righteous Alliance, and even Serenity, as Mal attempts to find a crew and keep flying. This deck building game gives each player a unique starting deck of cards and access to characters, items, and locations in the core, border, and rim. Compete to control your own corner of the verse, or play through different episodes with a wide variety of objectives. So right here, this is already pretty cool to me. We're already hearing that we have separate player powers to start, because each player is going to have a unique starting deck. And then we can play through episodes. So that is a really neat piece of information there. You can learn how to play. I might do a video on that. This could be great. Gale Force 9 videos are pretty good. Box contains 1 rulebook, 1 quick start guide, 4 player boards, 1 market board, 1 supply board, 200 cards, and 64 tokens. So I will go ahead and get this open, remembering to cut away from myself. That didn't seem like it cut very well, but that's okay. I don't want to damage the box. Ooh, squeaky. All right, get this open. So, if you're a fan of Firefly, tell us down in the comments. Let me know what your favorite episode is. Granted, you only have 13 to choose from, I believe, in the series itself. If you prefer the movie, let me know. Although I know that's kind of a contentious topic. I really like this cover. You've got Niska, Badger, Serenity, and the Alliance. So, they're going to tell you all about Firefly, the board game, which we have. Firefly Adventures, which I have not played, so that's on the list. We'll get that at some point, I'm sure. So here is our rule book. We got an introduction to the game, learn how to play, all the different components, including credit tokens, goal, 13 power, 12 power, 11 power, depending on player count. Setup. So this is how a 4-player game setup looks. You have each different faction surrounding the 2 boards in the middle and your miscellaneous tokens surrounding the board. And then, let's see. Player board, you have a display area on top, then you have an assets area on the board itself, and on the bottom you have a command area. Card categories, asset, character, item, Supply cards are maneuver and action cards, faction and market cards, different icons, card attributes. So you have the different attributes. These look very similar to what you see in the board game. Triggering cards, the market effect, or the market decks, card anatomy. You'll want to know what everything is on the cards there. Abilities. Abilities are always great if you remember them in games. 4 action types here: activation, recruitment, verse activation, and spending verse. Interesting. So this all gets broken out here. How card management looks. An overview of activation. The player card tableau. Triggering a card. Play card to display area. Pick a fight, make a deal. Nab or dispatch. Winning a fight to dispatch. Make a deal, canceling a deal. Recruitment. So there is a little bit going on here. Verse tokens. Supply sets. The black. You don't want to get lost in the black. Maneuvers. Some different effects. Warrants look pretty much the same as the board game. Warrants and reavers. You definitely do not want to run into reavers. General timing, resources, information on the factions, although if you've watched the shows or the movie, you probably know a little bit about this. Some different terms, Q&A section, and then a reference guide. So, lots to track, but also a very good rule book to track all of that information. Here we have our quick start guide, which is going to walk us through, looks like a 4-player game to start. So we have faction starting decks. We have Gina Torres as Zoe here, who's supposed to be telling us details of the game. There's your 4-player setup. Here we have Kaylee telling us some information. Looks like shorthand that you run into in the game. Oh, it says shorthand version. Activation. A lot of this stuff we already looked through in the rulebook, but this will make it quick and easy. I do like different characters telling you what's going on their turn. So you've got Badger here explaining their turn. Niska, evil as can be, making their turn. The Alliance turn. Serenity's turn. All these different characters explaining what's going on. And even later in the game. Alrighty, so that was the quick start guide. So hopefully that'll get us started pretty quickly. Here we have our supply decks. So we have a core deck, a border deck, and a rim deck. And these supplies will be available in the different decks. Here we have player boards. Interesting, looks like they are 2-sided. So here, I would assume this is Eve's down, Badger brown, easier to see that hat. So this is a much bigger play area than this one. Yeah, it'll be very different. Niska, here is Serenity, and the Alliance. Tell me in the comments if you're looking forward to playing the Alliance and the cops of the game. These tokens are just trying to fall out, so, and they punch out cleanly, so that's nice. Got some faction tokens, and we even have cardboard money, which I know some folks will appreciate. A lot of people don't like the paper money, even in Firefly. I kind of like it because it feels like what they use in the movie, or the show and movie. Supply, shiny, black, deal, fight, maneuver, deal, fight, maneuver. Interesting. And those are single-sided. And now, ooh, look at that. 4 baggies. Nice. We have some different cards here. Let's start, if I can open this one. Yeah, here we go. Looks like we got some reference cards that are color-coded here. So this one's the Serenity one. Turn actions, activation, fight action, burst tokens, and those they look just a little bit different for each character. So that'll be fun. And then we have just the simple Firefly Misbehavin back. This looks like the board of the game itself. So that's interesting that they've used the graphic design straight from the board game. So we've got all kinds of different characters. Harken, Marine. So these must be our starting decks. So this one is the Alliance. This one starts with Badger. So this is Ease Down and his crew. And this one, of course, Adeline Niska, Crow, just torturer, just an evil, evil character. Writings of Shan Yu. Then we have Serenity. So we have Brown Coat, Frontier Model B revolver that Mal uses, Heidi Ole, Malcolm Reynolds, the ship itself, Serenity. You can't take the sky from me. All right, I won't sing again. So we've got Zoe as the last card in that starting deck. So tell me who your favorite character is too. There's a lot of great characters in Firefly, and there's definitely mixed opinions on each of them. So let me know who your favorite character is. Also, while you're down there, feel free to like and subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel, especially if you share this video with your friends. I'm expecting Firefly to be a little bit popular. I know it's been away for a little while, but it's a really good show. If you haven't watched it, you really should. Great show. So, references to the show, different crazy Ivans. These cards feel really thin. I'm just now realizing how thin they feel. Double Cross. If you're interested in Nathan Fillion sitting naked on a rock, that is in the show. Full Burn, Misbehave, Negotiation, Palaver, Shiny, The Black, The Dart. So, lots of cards that you'll be able to gain through the course of play. Let's see if I can get this last one open without breaking out a knife. Yeah. So no cheater strips, as a friend calls them, but it isn't too difficult to get the bags open. As Rev, Lund, St. Albans, Orion Cruiser, Persephone, Sir Warwick Harrow, Inkey, Reaver Threat, Reaver Raiding Party, Beaumont, Hacking Rig, Nav Charts, again taking from the board game, the SS Walden, Sash, this jerk off, Tracy, and Vera. Great references for these cards. So these all say episode on the back, although there's way more cards than there are episodes. So this one says Dirt Kissin', Bushwhacked is the name of an episode. Crime and Politics is a reference to the first episode. Meet the Real You, Aim to Misbehave, Objects in Space, there's a name. Take It to the Rim, 10% of Nothing, Carry the Nothing. War Stories, Fully Loaded, No Goram Deal, Out of Gas. This episode made me cry. It's a really good episode. We Are So Very Pretty, again from the first episode there. So, let me just do our customary check under the insert, but I'm pretty sure that is all we have for Firefly Misbehaving. So, there it is. I'm excited to get this one to the table. We are big science fiction fans, big Firefly fans, so we'll let you know what we think, but very excited for this game. Thank you so much for watching this episode of What's in the Box from Is That Right Gaming. My name is Rob. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and have a great rest of your day.